What's happening YouTube, Dark Chocolate DX here, and today I want to talk to you guys about Marvel rebooting its characters. So you may have heard by now the new Iron Man is a black woman. Now this raises a lot of legitimate questions. Is Marvel just diversifying for sales and public appeal? Or are they genuinely confident in replacing characters that have been around since the 40s, 50s, 60s? And that's the answer right there, people. These characters have been around for over half a century. I don't have every Iron Man comic ever made myself, but I can only imagine that his stories have been exhausted by now. Like, I was in 6th grade when I first started to get into comic books and all of that. X-Men Origins had come out, it was a big deal. So if I'm a 10-year-old in 2016 and I walk into a comic book store and I see all these Iron Man comics and I'm just 10 years old, I have no money, I would have to nag my mom all the time to get me all of these comics. Is it really going to seem like worth my time and investment? And also a lot of those comics, like, you want to read about early Iron Man, you got to read his early comics obviously, and a lot of those aren't visually appealing to younger people, and because of how old they are, a lot of them go for outrageous prices. So that is definitely one reason why they would reboot. And on top of that, you know, early comics, like when they first started, were completely dominated by white males. You know, Bruce Banner, Tony Stark, Steve Rogers, Wolverine, they were all white males, and there was absolutely no diversity back then. And because those are the top dogs and they represent, you know, Marvel's finest, it's good that, you know, they're making one of their top dogs a black woman. And, you know, there's nothing wrong with Bruce Banner, Tony Stark, and Steve Rogers. And, you know, that's cool for little Johnny, but, you know, wouldn't it be cool if little Shanique Qualisha could have one of the top dogs be her role model? Yeah, I mean, you got Black Panther, Luke Cage, Blade, you got Cyborg and Bumblebee in DC, but, like, they're not top dogs, so, like, it's really a ballsy move for them to make Iron Man a black girl, but at the same time I can understand it because it really shows progress and willingness to change. It's very important for a fan base to have characters within Marvel that they can relate to, and this really shows that they're willing to help make that happen. So I think that it's a pretty good move on their part. This is definitely the best time to do it. You know, with the Marvel Cinematic Universe, DC Cinematic Universe, it's becoming like not so lame to be a nerd. You know, you're probably not going to get made fun of for watching and liking Marvel movies. The hot chick at your school probably goes to see the Avengers because Chris Evans and Chris Hemsworth are in it. You know, like, it's a very good time to do it because those movies will make even these newer diverse kids want to go and read about early Iron Man, early Bruce Banner, early Steve Rogers, and they can still make money that way. And, you know, if you're a nostalgia guy, you know, you've been collecting comics since, you know, the 70s, I highly doubt that you have every Iron Man comic ever made. You know, like, there's so many of them that I can only imagine that there's never a point where you're like, I have every comic that Iron Man has ever appeared in. So they should still be there for you, even though they're still going off with these newer versions for this newer generation. And that's a good thing in the long run. So yeah, that's my 2 cents about the whole thing. As always, let me guys know what you thought in the comment section below. I'd love to hear what you guys think, and I'll see you next time.